You're unmuted now.
How we feeling?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's going good, girl. It's going good. I'm trying to fix this light. Let me know if you can see me, because I'm just this whole be in person on the screen is new. So it's like, where that camera, where that extra.
You look vibrant. Like I see the light is beaming from the side. You know, you got that glisten.
My melanin glowing.
It's hitting that melanin real nice. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I love it.
We already starting off like we normally do, Sharon. You know what it is.
We have to. There's no other way. There's no other way. Well, I'm always setting my vibe. So I got my incense here. I think this one is lavender.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm lighting that up.
Yeah. I didn't drink any caffeine, because normally on my walks I go and I treat myself to like a little power energy drink during the walk. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do my energy drink today. I'm gonna just drink water. So I started my day drinking my water and just like mellowing out and just meditating in the shower. Like I took a 30-minute shower, right? And just let that water just hit. I didn't say nothing. I didn't have no conversation. I just went into the moment and just was like, okay, well, what are the questions today? Like,
yes. Let me reflect on them. Let me meditate on them a little bit. Yes, I'm excited to jump in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in and get us started. Welcome to our midday check-in, where we have a chance to check out of the world and check into ourselves. Okay, we check into this self-love journey. Yes. So I just want to go ahead and welcome everybody here. We meet every single Wednesday, same time, same place, in the Yes Moms Facebook group, so we can discuss self-love and what that means, and just take out a little time for ourselves, because we need it.
Yeah,
we need it. So I'm just really grateful to have you on with us today, Sheba, because it is Black Business Month, for those who don't know. So we have been celebrating Black businesses all month and highlighting businesses. And so I'm just really excited to have a conversation with you about Yes Moms. So for those folks who maybe they're new to the group, or maybe they just didn't really know exactly what Yes Moms was all about, they're going to get a chance to hear directly from the CEO herself and have a great conversation in the meantime as well. So welcome, boo.
Well, thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling really good. I'm excited to have this dialogue and conversation to just tell a little bit more about Yes Moms. I'm super excited and as well as like happy in a good space, because today is the Sons and Daughters Day, where you get to celebrate your children. So I have gotten like so many flowers and so many just different little tidbits, moments of thinking about them. One is trying to photobomb right now in the corner.
Oh, I didn't know it was Sons.
Yes, mommy's working. Okay.
Hi, TJ.
Get your little 5 seconds. And then let me get the other, because it's Sons and Daughters. Come on, boo.
Yes. Hey, baby girl. What's up, Jade?
Hi.
I love your pigtails.
Hey, Denise.
Hey, boo.
So, thank you, ma'am. So everybody's checking in with me, so I'm excited. I'm just starting that. I'm gonna need y'all. Okay, don't make me show the mommy roll.
Mommy side gonna come out.
Okay.
Hey, we see all sides. Okay.
Forget the door while you guys out. Thank you. Nothing. It never stops. So.
That's a mommy for you, for real. So I'm really excited to have you on. I just want to break the ice first and foremost. So folks who are watching, also make sure you click the link at the top of the screen so that you can give us permission to see your name, so we can highlight you in the comments and we see who you are, and we can give you your flowers and your love. He's like, Asha here. What's going on, babe? Happy to have you.
Hey, Asha.
Yes. So I want to break the ice with you, Sheba. So, and everyone, what character, cartoon character, if you could choose a cartoon character to be, what would it be?
Okay, so any cartoon character. I'm definitely going to go with Sheba.
Okay,
tell me what Sheba. I used to watch Sheba all the time, like literally try to get home right before it started. And it takes me back to those days where I was just like, Sheba didn't care. She was just like, I'm all this awesomeness. I'm all this greatness. But at the same time, too, she just had to turn into that as well, too, to where she was like, listen, you don't need to know me every day, but I show up when you need some help. So that's why I love me some Sheba, because she was always there, like forever present.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. I think for me, I would be Bugs Bunny.
I can see it.
Yes. I mean, first of all, my mom used to call me Rabbit when I was a kid because I used to do gymnastics and I was like a little bunny rabbit, like the Energizer bunny. That was
always popping.
Always moving around, jumping around, blah, 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 flipping over the beams. And so they started calling me Energizer Bunny at gymnastics. And my mom just flipped that and started calling me Rabbit. And so I relate to rabbits. I relate to rabbits. Speaking of son and daughter day, like that's my shout out to my mom. But then also he's just so slick and cool and chill and like got a slick little tongue, but he's so chill though. Like that's me. That's me for sure.
That's funny.
That's me for sure. Asha, what character would you be, boo? She says she loves Bugs Bunny. He is my favorite. He's my favorite. I love it. Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to break the ice in that regard. It's really interesting to hear different. Just it helps you to get different perspectives.
Yeah, I love that because I think it takes you out of your element of being able to the daily and just be able to just like process and say, okay, so let's just have a fun moment. What would I be, or what would that look like? So you can imagine yourself doing some things that naturally you wouldn't necessarily be doing in your everyday, but you can definitely do it in your mindset and maybe carry over some of those skills.
Absolutely. Exactly. I mean, so speaking of you, and you kind of gave me a little dip into your personality, and I feel like I know you pretty well, even though we haven't even known each other for a year. It feels like much longer. But for the people who don't know who Sheba is, tell us about you. Who are you, Sheba?
Who is Sheba? Well, first off, I think that that question is a great question because of the fact that I'm always searching for adding the more to that question. Currently, who Sheba is that she is a woman of freedom and tries to strive every day to enjoy what that freedom looks like. And so in that, I just like to just be free and just be open to the possibility of trying new things and doing different things. I'm a thrill seeker. And I enjoy just like being scared out of my mind. But don't come with no clown though, because I'm not.
You see, the attitude just shifted so quick.
Yes,
like,
it
no,
just like because me and clowns, we are not friends. It ruined all of that, and I've never recuperated from it. So I'm just clowns. No,
let them know.
but I'm definitely all about laughing and living and eating to my heart's content. Just some things like that, sharing love and just being about love, being very intentional with the time. So
man,
that's a little bit of me today. Tomorrow might change, as Troy says.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing. We're ever changing. Like you are not the person that you were yesterday. Legit. Like we change a little bit every single day, especially when you're dedicated to a movement like love. Like you're always moving through love. Love is interchangeable. So I love that. I love that. So I want to know more about Yes Moms. I mean, like I said, I think I know a lot, but I also every time you speak, I learn something new about you and about your mission. So I'm here for it. But tell us, what's the Yes Moms origin story?
So the origin story is it's kind of unfolding, right? So the beginning of when I was a little girl, I used to always be up underneath my mom, who is no longer with us, but she is here. Say, hey, Liz. Hey, Liz. I don't know where she is. Elizabeth. So she was like she was the matriarch of our family. She was like always putting things together, activities, just showing us what her example of what motherhood looked like, and just being able to plug us into different activities and events and things of that nature that she wanted us to be a part of. And so she kind of gave me my blueprint of what a mom looks like, but she also showed me other aspects of what what mothers go through. And so although she necessarily didn't speak to me about it all the time, I was able to observe her and watch her and see what her personal struggles and things of that nature were. And so as me getting older and me becoming, stepping out and becoming going into the Air Force, I started to develop who I was and the things that I'm into and the things that I like and keeping in the memory bank of what my parents have taught me. And so from there, it was just a matter of, I didn't want to go do high school. I didn't want to go to college right away, but I wanted to be able to experience some time and just like travel the world and things of that nature. So I decided to go to the Air Force, and I spent 9 years in the Air Force. And then I got to do a little bit of travel, not as much as I wanted to do, but it's all good. I did get to go to Italy, and I did get to have my ooh la la moments. So I felt a little cultured. And after that point, my mother had fell ill, and I had decided to come back to the States and take care of her along with my sisters and things of that nature. And so then the journey of Yes Mom started when I met Troy, my husband, 19 years ago. And from there, we kind of built our family really quickly. After getting to know each other and getting married, Jada popped up on the scene like she does. And it was like motherhood became this beautiful almost love-hate relationship where it's just like it revealed a lot of things that I thought I was ready for, but didn't know I was ready for. And during that time, I was experiencing new things about myself and experiencing new things as being a wife and being a mother. So all of these different things and components of me started to come into play simultaneously. And it was a challenge. It was a challenge to be able to understand who I was and then leaving that part and feeling like, oh, wow, like, am I still that person or not? So that was the beginning onside of Yes Moms, was through me and my experience. And so when I started to meet other women, I started to ask the same questions like, do you feel this same way about motherhood? Or, what are some of your challenges? And do you have mommy friends and things of that nature? And they always kept coming back and saying the same similar things that I've experienced, which is that it's hard as heck to have a mommy friend. It's hard as heck to find time for yourself. It's hard as heck, to be there and present with who you are, but then having a kid on your hip and one on your tit and, just everything. Yeah. So it was something to where I was like, yeah, okay. So I think we need a space. I think we need an opportunity to come together as women and mothers and to share and love on ourselves and to just share our experiences. So that was the beginning of it.
Absolutely. Wow. There's so much richness in your story. Something that stood out to me was how you mentioned that you took a lot of what your family, taught you, the values that they gave you, and you brought that into your life outside of your family, and you were able to mesh together into this like path for yourself. Like, okay, I have this, I see this, I like that, I'm gonna put this together and I'm gonna take it this way. And that's you taking those things that you were rooted with, along with the things that you learned and grew from, and just taking your route from there. And I just think that's so admirable to see that and to hear you be able to pull that out. I love that. And I think it's so inspirational as well to just see, just to hear, someone's origin story and hear where it started, and just, like be able to relate to you in that way. Asha said,
claps, have to say.
Wow. Yeah. So, like I said, I learn a little bit more about you every time you tell me your story. So I appreciate that. I want to jump into, I know we've been seeing the Scene Team line dance all over the Facebook group. And we've been, what even is Scene? Like, I want to talk about that, because I feel like the people need to know how powerful this word is. So what does Scene stand for?
Okay. Well, the first to go into Scene and explain that, it kind of first talks about our mission. And so the Yes Moms mission is about equipping mothers with acquired skills as well as resources to celebrate their wins, as well as to empower their voices and to educate through self-care and network. And so that's essentially what SEEN stands for. It stands for Celebrate, Empower, Educate, and Network. And so that's what we do is that we put together these components that moms tend to want to either take part in or experience or learn more about. And we put that that thought process in developing out the SEEN team and the programs.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The SEEN team. Who's the SEEN team?
Yeah. All day long.
Yes, ma'am. So who is your SEEN team?
So our SEEN team is, of course, our lovely Chantel Sarita is one of our SEEN team members. And we also have Tara Reed, who is also our SEEN team member. She is the deals with the body positivity and imaging. And so this is our SEEN team for Yes Moms. And so we have Yes Moms, and then we have SEEN teams, and then we have Yes Mom vendors that we also work with as well.
Absolutely. So speaking of Yes Moms, how does someone know that they're a Yes Mom? Like how, if somebody would be like, oh, I relate to that. Like how do they know they're a Yes Mom?
So really, I think every single mom is a Yes Mom because of the fact that we constantly are saying yes. Yes to our children, yes to our significant others, yes to our communities, yes to our friends, yes, yes, yes. We say yes a lot of times. And so that's a lot of the reasons why I say that everyone is a yes mom. Even if you're not a mom currently, you're still a yes mom. Because the fact is that if you are doing these natural, innate nurturing things, such as being concerned and being caring for another person, even to the point where I find it funny where I'm watching different women and I don't know their story or anything like that, but I just watch them and they might like stop a child in the street, like, no, baby, don't go yet. That's a yes mom. Mm-hmm. Or when I see a mom and she's like, or just a woman or in general, and somebody might not have enough money to pay for something. And then she was like, oh, just put that on my time. That's a yes mom, so it's just so many different ways that mothers come in all shapes, forms, and fashions and sizes that sky's the limit on the yes moms.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So there's your women who, who are similar to me that are like, okay, I'm looking up to yes moms. Like I know every woman can be a yes mom. I am a yes mom and I want to be a mom. Yep. How do you reach that person?
So really, I think that how I have reached in the past is just in conversations and just being genuine and just sharing my story. A lot of times I think it's not one way that you have to reach a person. It's just the fact that that person is open to receive through conversation or through observation, but remaining open. And so that's what I tend to do with women that I meet is just start up a conversation and say, hey, my name is Sheba. Hi. Nice to meet you. And so from there, we just get into all kinds of conversations. And I really lie because I never really say my name. I just go into a conversation with a person. I always forget to say what my name is because we are already like 15 minutes in and we're just talking about anything. I mean, we can talk about music, everything I think is important to have conversation and dialogue. I think that having small talk allows you to be able to experience conversations with people that sometimes just need a conversation, just need to be seen. And that's what's so important for me as a yes mom is to make sure that people are seen and every facet of their life or what they're experiencing that they want to be seen. I'm going to show them. I see you.
Yes, absolutely.
So, I think that answered the question. I can go off.
She said that's where Jade gets it from. Too cute. Jade is so sassy. I love it. She is about that life. The first time I met her, I want to say how I met you. But I just have to tell this story because we're talking about Jade right now. Right. When I first went to your home for the podcast and I walked in the door, I met Jade and she's like, "Hi, I'm Jade." And I'm like, "Hi, Jade. Nice to meet you." And then I started walking to the back. She was showing me where we were going to be recording. And as I'm walking, she stops me. She's like, "What's your name?" Like, people just come in my house and not tell me who you are. That's what I got from that. But she was so cute about it. She's like, but like, wait though. But like, who are you? I said who I was.
That's so funny.
I love that energy.
That is so her.
Yeah,
that is so her. She is very much an extrovert, to where she's just going to show up, show out, and just like get your name afterwards. So I love the fact that she welcomed you in, because we call her a little welcoming party of her own. You know,
I can see that. I can see that. She needs a theme song and everything. I love it. Even at the end of the Scene Team theme song, like the end, she's like, yes, babies don't say no. Like, yes, babies don't say no. Yes. I love it. She her little interjection.
Definitely.
So much beautiful energy. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about how me and you became where we are now, because I mentioned, how do you reach out to a yes mom? Like, how does that happen? You know, you were so authentic the way that we interacted and the way that we became. You took one of my dance classes, and after that, you reached out to me on Messenger, and you were like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, like, your dance class was awesome. Like, I want you to go live in the Facebook group." And I'm like, who is this lady? She's dope. Like, she's fun. I love her energy, you know. And like, even in the class, you were smiling the whole time. Like, you just like you were having a ball, even though you were doing your own thing. Yes, that's your catchphrase. But it was just such a beautiful interaction. And then I went live in the group. I did the class, and I believe it was like a week later. You sent me my flowers. You sent me this very long, thoughtful, authentic message that was encouraging me to keep going and empowering me in my movement, and just, man, I read that, and it was right on time too, Sheba. Like, it was right on time, because I just started my class. I think that was maybe my 5th class I had ever done here in Marietta, Georgia. But it was such an authentic connecting moment that really made me like, okay, she's different. She's different. You were like, we're gonna work together one day. And here you spoke that into existence. So you really do have a way to connect with people, and really create a space where they feel like, okay, I can trust Sheba. Like, she's a great person authentically. Like, I don't feel an inauthentic bone in your body. Like, I can't. I'm really good at picking up on energy too. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm good at picking that up. Sheba said, Asha says, that's so beautiful how you met. Yes, it really was.
It was. And I just wanted to tell you, Shen, that I'm thankful that you let me know that, you know, that how you perceived it and how you took it in, because it really was an authentic moment. I was doing that at 3:00 in the morning, and I like to do something that is just, when I think about the person, then just go in that moment and just be free to be able to say what you feel. And I was like uncomfortable, because I was like, this little woman doesn't know me for me. But at the same time, I was like, I don't care. She just needs to know how awesome she is. She just needs to know that I appreciate her class, because when I was in your class, I would tell everybody I have 2 left feet, and I do, but I love dancing and I enjoy it. But Shan makes you feel like you have all the steps, you have all the confidence, you have all of what you need in this moment. And she'll tell you, so cancel everything else out. Just, you're in your zone. And that's literally how I felt when I was taking her class. It's like, you know, there was other ladies there, but I was just like, I'm in my zone, and it's me and Shan, and she about to get me on the left and on the right, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how I felt. So yes. I needed you to know that in that moment, I saw your greatness, and I saw your capabilities, and I believe in you. So I wanted you to know how much I believed in you. So that was me at 3:00 in the morning.
It did come in at 3 in the morning. I woke up in the morning like, oh, a message. But yes, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And speaking of being able to just be authentic, and that was a vulnerable moment, but you know, being able to show that part of you to other people makes them feel safe. So I know that's one way that you create safety for your community. But in what ways do you intend to provide a safe space for the Yes Moms community?
Right. So I really wanted to provide a space that people can be seen and they can be celebrated. And so how I decided that I wanted to do that is to one, be transparent and just let people know that, hey, that this is a place to where there's no expectations, there's no, hidden agenda. It's just literally, let's find some friendships. Let's talk through some things. Like, I'm always a big proponent of being able to learn from other people. And I feel as though when we share our stories, we don't have to go through those moments. We can learn from those moments, and then we can take them into our everydays situations and build off of those. So I've always come from a place of where I believe wisdom is in the room, and you just got to grab it and catch it and hold on to it. I sit at the feet of many people, and I think that that's a part of what the Yes Moms community is trying to do is create an opportunity for people to sit with others that, don't share the same geographical space, but they share the same experiences and life lessons. And so through that, we create a safe place for them to be able to come and talk and just laugh or just, observe. We have a little bit of everything for everyone, and we're still building. So that's what it's about. It's about getting to a place to where you can see yourself and want to take part in an activity, event, a discussion, conversation, or just posting a picture, just so therefore you can start to use your voice and empower and tell your story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. So you mentioned you like to create these opportunities for people to come together and to really share wisdom with each other and just kind of have this space. So in what ways, like how can we come together? What types of spaces or events does Yes Moms have for the community to come together in these ways?
Right. So currently what we are doing is that COVID kind of like put some little kinks in the situations, but we always press through because that's what we do, dandelions, we push through. Mm-hmm. And so some of the ways that we are showing up is through the Yes Mom Facebook group. Where you can come and just have just like your check-in and daily conversations and just get some tidbit of information that either is going to help you support your self-care journey or just your friendship and meeting new people. And so that's one way. We also do starting our in-person events. Right now we're doing our virtual events and where we come together once a month and we have conversation and discussion. And so we're doing that to where last Sunday we did an event where I thought I recorded it, but y'all know I'm a little technically challenged, but not just a little. But we yes,
actively
but we show up and we have a monthly support group where we share conversations and we talk about, the challenges and obstacles of motherhood and just personal situations that we're experiencing. We talked about having a emotionally stressed dog and the benefits of having a dog that in that relationship. Hey, David. But I'm going off script. I just think, boo. That's all. but yes, so we just look for ways to be able to share in that support system. And being able to be there for one another. Like I said, with COVID, it kind of throw a wrench into situations where we can't meet up personally. But at the same time, too, being in a virtual space and meeting up in that way, it still has been beneficial because of the fact that moms are dealing with a lot of different situations with their kids going back to school and potentially being exposed. We just talked about that last week where a mom, her daughter was exposed to a person that was COVID. And, since we're here in Cobb, they're doing a completely different regulations of how to handle and process that. So she was really stressed about that. And so we were there to be able to talk her through and to be able to share with her and just listen to her. So that's one way that we do. We also are doing our meetups as well, where we're getting together and doing girls' night outs. And we're spending time to one another, picking a bar, not a bar, but a wine place or a restaurant, and just getting out and just, I'm reading this book and it's called You're a Badass. And she says that sometimes you got to dress up. I'm probably going to quote it wrong, but we're going to get to the gist of it. But she basically says that you need to take your self-love out, dress it up, and show it off. And so that's kind of the things where when we're going out is that you're getting in these moments because you're enjoying the fact that you're getting ready to go and do something, and you're planning for that. And so you're learning, okay, well, I'm getting excited and I want to get dressed up and I want to put my cute little makeup on because we ain't showed our faces in a long time. Right. Lipstick is a question. Do I wear it? Do I not? So, you having all of these, activities to where you're able to show up and be around like-minded ladies as well too, and just be able to, you have something to look forward to and just start that conversation and that dialogue in person with people that, are going through similar situations as you as well too. And so we do those meetups as well too. So a lot of different ways that we're plugging into. And of course, Yes Moms is still growing. And so we're still building out our calendars as well as our services. So we have a lot of things that we are looking forward to doing and planning on in the future as well.
Yes, I'm looking forward to all of this, by the way. And I love the types of spaces that you're creating and that, you're already doing right now. Like having a support group is so important, especially now. Like there's just so much going on. Like you said, that we just, things that we would have never guessed would have happened 5 years ago,
Right.
So it's really important to be able to have these groups where we can go and feel like there's people here who care about me.
Right.
I deserve to feel cared for.
Yeah.
I deserve to feel supported. I deserve to feel safe and secure, and that's really what you're doing when you're creating these support groups and Yes Moms, because we're able to come together and just congregate and have that time.
Yeah.
Because, there's just so much going on outside that it's just, we need a place. We need a place.
And I will also piggyback on that as well too. What I noticed too is that growing up, like we had a community. And my mom created communities for us to flourish. And so we would have cousins come into town and we would all spend a weekend together, or we would just have random friends from church that she had, had befriended, and they had big families. And so we all had a community to where that mom was watching over us. And it might be 12 kids that she just had at one time, or it might be the older sibling watching over all the kids while the moms went away and we just hung out and they were doing their own thing. So I've always been in an environment to where community was important, and just that connection and staying together was something that she loved to do. And she was a huge party planner, although that wasn't her forte, but that was definitely her gift, was to plan parties. And so that's something that I'm picking up, and I'm carrying the torch for her and living in those moments with her.
Wow. I just want to touch on that a little bit. How because I know for me, when I'm able to relate something to my roots or to my family, and I'm able to kind of live that out, it feels really special. So can you just talk a little bit about how that feels to be able to carry that torch and create these spaces for other people and connect in that way, but you get this from such a powerful place from your mother, from your lineage?
Yeah. So I think it really makes me feel alive, and it really makes me feel encouraged and excited because of the fact that I get to share in conversations with her. I know my mother is always present and she's always here with me. So sometimes when I'm doing certain things, I'm like, girl, what you talk about? Or, yeah, they gonna like this, mom. So it makes me feel connected to her, but it also makes me be able to show who I am and be able to say, this is something that I hope that my kids or our kids, me and Troy, will be able to do as well too for their kids or for their friends or whatnot. So it really makes me feel that much more powerful because of the fact that I know that when you are doing something that you're most passionate about, you'll be able to come out more clearer. You'll be able to come out more authentic. You'll be able to be yourself and be able to enjoy that moment. And it means something to you. And that's what I want to be able to create with Yes Moms is that they see themselves, but they also realize and know that when they're showing up in their true selves, that they are being seen and that they should enjoy it as well as celebrate it as well too.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so powerful. That's so powerful. And I know it's also healing too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love that for you, and I love that for us, for the Yes Moms community.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of it being Sons and Daughters Day again,
Mm-hmm.
I like to do this exercise with myself. First of all, I feel we learn skills from our parents. We learn how to mother and father ourselves so that we can be independent people. Ultimately, that's what
Yeah.
we're doing when we're adulting. We're learning how to parent ourselves through situations, because sometimes you have things that you have to do. I'm sure for Yes Moms, where you're like, oh shoot, like that's a lot. I don't want to do that part right now. Like I want to focus on this. Oh, I need to
Mm-hmm.
focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's that dad part coming out. Or like,
Yeah.
maybe you're running yourself ragged, like you're doing all these things because you're just so passionate about
Mm-hmm.
your community and you really want to help them, and you're just running ragged. And then the mom in you is like, you need to sit down.
Yeah. You're doing too much, Sheba. You're doing too
You're
much.
doing too much. Get in the shower and just sit there for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and just take that time. So I like to kind of reflect on like my younger selves as well. So I would love to hear from you. How would your 20-year-old self feel about your current position as the Yes Mom CEO? Like how would she look at you now?
Yeah. So one thing I think she would be like is like, take your moment, sis, because I'm proud of you. And I believe that 100 because of the fact that the different things that I have not shared with the community, and then with just in general, she's able to see it and she's able to grow and evolve with that. But she's also able to see that that person that was 20 years ago there's still resemblance of her today, and that she's doing more with what she was once had, and she's crossing boundaries and taking those fearful moments on and just like challenging them and staying in those moments of saying, hey, what can we do with that? So I think she would definitely say, yes, I'm proud of you. Yes, I love what you're doing. And then she would also kick me in the butt and she would say, now do more, because you can do more. And so I'd be like, okay, sis, like what you got for me then? So I think that she'd be like, yeah.
Yes, I love that. I love that. It stands out to me when you say that you first of all you encourage yourself, but you also push yourself in that regard, and then just saying like your younger self is still showing up today, because we want to make sure we're honoring our full self. That includes how we were when we were 20. Maybe you learned something that you're applying now. So folks at home that are watching in the Yes Mom community, this is a great journaling question. Like, how would your 20-year-old self, your 15-year-old self, your 7-year-old self, what would they say about you today? Like even writing yourself a letter in that regard. This is an exercise that I've done before, where I've talked to myself from when I was younger to how I see myself now, and even talking to myself now, how I saw myself as a younger person, like talking to my younger self, and making that connection. She says, I love that question.
It's a good question, Shannon. It's a really good question. And I think that that's some of the part of the things to where I think we should spend more time on is being able to see that and dive into that, because of the fact that we get distracted a lot and that we don't tend to think back of seeing the importance of knowing ourselves from our past, as well as knowing ourselves in our presence, and how those overlappings are the same person, but it's like you're checking in with yourself more. So when you're in a situation to where you feel overwhelmed and stressed, you'll be able to know quickly how to point that out, because of the fact that you're able to say, hey, look, is this something that I want to do? Is this serving me? Would I be happy if I did this for 10 more years? Just giving yourself that space to be able to explore it and to be able to say, okay, well, if it's not, then what? And if you do that and make a practice of that more, it helps you, because of the fact that when you're, having these conversations that come up all the time in our heads and just, go there, but it helps us to be able to sift through those conversations faster, to be able to see what are the questions that we truly need to answer.
Oh, yes, that's deep. Yeah. Being able to dig beyond that surface level. And doing so, you're connecting with yourself on a more authentic way, and then you're able to express yourself in a more authentic way. So it's a beautiful thing, because being able to just self reflect and go in and have some introspection is so important, because it helps you navigate through life, and it helps you to now you have an even more powerful connection to the work that you're doing, because you're connecting it to that authentic self. And that's why I wanted to ask you that question, because I know this is something that, this community that you're building is something that's not just, it didn't just come out the blue. That's why I asked about your origin story, because I know this has led up to this point, and being able to honor your younger selves up until this point through your work. How powerful is that?
Huge, because I mean, your work, like you said, your work doesn't just come overnight. It comes from somewhere, and it's continually being built up, as well as built into you. And so being able to sit still, to be able to understand who you are, and get to that point, it helps to encourage you to say, okay, well, I am more than enough. And so it won't be you faking it till you making it. You have arrived, and I'm more than a freaking enough. Like,
yes, period.
You'll be able to like have that extra, swag to yourself, and have that extra feelings. Like, I'm wearing a Maya Angelou shirt, and it says, I have rise. And all day long, like, I can remember when I was in high school, and I did prose poetry, and I was on the speech and debate team, and I was scared as shit. Okay, scared as shit to just come out and speak in front of people. And one time when I did it, I actually won an award, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what did I just do? Because I don't even understand right now. Everything's just like real blank. Like, did I say it right? But it didn't necessarily matter about the reward. It mattered about the fact that I was able to do it, that I told myself, let's go. Like, when crunch time happens, who's going to show up? Who's going to speak? Who's going to be there? And that's the part of the person that you sometimes need to realize and ask, who is she? And how does she show up? And what can we do to help her show up even better? So, yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And Asha, I wanted to point out what you said too, because yes, missing that moment, or not allowing yourself to go in and have this introspective moment is it can be, it can make you feel a little lost.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we all have that moment where we, we lose ourselves a little bit, but as long as you come back, and the fact that you were able to push through, for that moment for yourself. And I know that was such like a come to moment, like, like after being able to say, okay, I did this, and then you also win an award, like that's just icing. You were already good because you pushed it to yourself, I think that's huge. That's huge. I've had moments like that too, where I was like, I might not be able to do this. Like, I don't know if I can do this. And when you push through, it's just a beautiful feeling on the other side.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is. It really is. It makes you. And I think for me, like what learning a part of it is that I'm not done learning, so I'm not done growing. And so the whole part of where I enjoy in these moments now is being able to say that, okay, well, I don't have to have everything right. Okay. Yes, okay. I don't have to be perfect. Okay. I ain't trying to be. Thank you, Jesus. It's just the fact that I can say that these are some things that I like. These are the things that I don't like. It's able to give me full autonomy to be able to say, well, who am I and what do I stand for and what do I like about me? I mean, the question that you asked last week, it resonated and hit with me so much that I was just like, yeah, I'm about to get on live and I'm about to tell everybody what I love and what I just got done doing, because of the fact that literally for me, it's just, I don't, throughout the course of my day, and I know that maybe some yes moms can relate, that being a stay-at-home mom, I don't necessarily get out and have conversations with everyone all the time. I do a lot of, just interaction that I create, but I don't necessarily have that day-to-day interaction with people. And so for me, just showing up and just being able to share my conversations and what I'm thinking, that I do that sometimes through the live, but I also do that, just calling up a girlfriend and saying, hey girl, like, how's your day? Like, what you got going on and what you're experiencing? I'm taking that and moving forward and being conscious in that, because of the fact that when I spend that moments in those times with the ladies, either through the virtual meetups or through a telephone with a girlfriend, I'm being present in that moment, doing what I know I needed to do in that moment, because of the fact that I'm honoring what's in my spirit and saying, what do we need to do here? And so that work that I'm doing, it teaches me, but it also shows them support as well too. And so that's part of that development that I'm learning about myself is that I am a great cheerleader, and I am a great friend, and I am a great person. And so there's so many different layers to my great, that when I get to show up and be great in these moments, I get to enjoy seeing who Sheba is today and loving that part about me today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There's such beauty in imperfection. There's such a unique space to be. And so I love that you said that in the beginning, like, thank God I'm not perfect. Like, yes, that's beautiful, because that's what sets me apart. That's what sets us apart in this world. Being perfect will make us all the same. That's boring.
Exactly. Like, normal is boring.
I say that all the time. My boyfriend's like, you're weird. I'm like, I know. Like, that boring. Like, I appreciate you for pointing that out.
I appreciate that. Look.
That is authentically, I say thank you. Like, thank you. I love that. So speaking of, like, just kind of feeling, being present in the moment and enjoying, these authentic conversations that you're able to interact with folks and talking to your girlfriends on the phone and, just being able to go live. You're always smiling. Like, you whenever I see you, your smile is just ingrained in my brain. When I think of Sheba, I think of you. Smile. It is always, the way that you're able to fill yourself up from within and then give without. It's so beautiful. So thinking about the things that excite you, that make you smile, what excites you most about the Yes Moms community?
Look, what excites me most about the Yes Moms is that literally, like, that it is something to where it can be what it needs to be for whoever. It literally can be what you put your name on it, what you say it's supposed to be. It can be something that could be just this to, like, blowing up the scene, because that's how awesome it is as far as each person, because everybody has their own experiences. Everybody has their own lives that they walk and they live in and they do. But when you're able to have a place to where that's what they want you to do is be you. That's what they want to see more of is you. And that's what they will gas up and be like, yes. Girl, do it. Like, that part excites me, because of the fact is that there's no place to where you ever will have to say, oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. You don't have to do that with Yes Moms. Why are you even saying sorry? Like, I want sorry to be, like, completely out of your repertoire when you are in Yes Moms. I want it to be, hell yes.
Yes.
Hell yes, I did that. Hell yes, I feel that. Oh yeah, I did. Like, that's what I want is to be able to have spaces and times and moments where people can feel like their yes is their great. And it might not feel great. It might not feel, like it's much, but it's much, because it matters to me. It matters to Shan. It matters to Asha. It matters to Tara. It matters to Tammy. It matters to, just a random person that's just logging on and just passing through, because you are showing up and showing you. And that's what excites me about Yes Moms, is that there's an opportunity in the space for a mom to be able to be seen.
Yes. Clap, snap, and a shake. Ooh, snap and a shake. That answer was so beautiful. And so I can feel that through yes moms. Every time I'm interacting with you, you know, I might even have a moment, like we had a moment yesterday where I'm creating, I'm editing the vlog from the launch party for the Yes Moms Don't Say No podcast. And I wanted to send you the clip from your birthday dance to make sure you were okay with me posting it. It was getting your life when I tell y'all, when you see this vlog, Sheba did the damn thing. She did. Okay. And so I just wanted to make sure, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, what if she doesn't want to be seen in this way? And you were like, oh, hell yeah, I love that clip. And that just made me feel like, okay, I really am in the right place. Like, there's been so many times where I've been in a space where I felt like I need to tone down my eclectic vibes. I need to tone down my shan. I don't feel that at all. I don't feel that at all when I'm in this community. And I know other people feel that as well. And I'm just so excited as we grow and we come together. That's going to be such a powerful movement to be authentically in your shit and let people support you in it. You know, like I'm me and I have this group of women that support me in that, and I support them. So such a powerful movement. And I know we're going to go far with this. And I'm just really excited to continue to see this grow. So as we're wrapping up this conversation, it's been such a great one, and we're not done yet. We do have a few more questions, but as we wrap up, I want to hear, what is your biggest piece of advice for moms who are looking to start their own business?
So I think that this is a great question, because the fact is that, to be honest, having a business is another baby. Let's just be clear. It's another baby. And so it is not going to necessarily give you the in the beginning, the love and the all that, like a baby wouldn't just naturally give you, just be like, oh, I want some milk, or oh, I want, you know, some attention. It's gonna say all that, but at the same time too, it's not gonna give you back that warm, gushy feeling all the time. It's gonna be like, no, I want more. No, I need more. No, this is gonna be uncomfortable. It's going to shake and rattle you, because of the fact that it has to shake and rattle you, just like your child shakes and rattles you, and they don't even know that they're doing it because it's a moment of clarity, and it's like, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? And so you constantly ask yourself that. But I think that the one advice that I would give the moms is just to know that, just be open to the experience, because you're going to feel a lot of times where it's going to make you feel like, oh, I can't do this, or it's going to make you question yourself. It's going to make you feel like, throw your hands up, like we have a tendency to where we want to show up and we want to get it right and know how it's supposed to look. But that's the beauty of it, is the fact that if you can let go of the control and you can just be present in the moment and just like recognize, okay, well, I feel out of control, or I feel not secure with this. If you can get to that point of just like letting go and saying, hey, well, what can I learn from that? Just flipping the narrative to be able to say, okay, now that I recognize and I can see it and I'm aware of it, how can I learn from it? Because when you want to open up in that way, you're open to learn everything. And some parts of it, you are going to be like, wow, I didn't know that about myself. Or wow, like that was super easy. And then you'll start to be able to find your moments where you can celebrate. You'll be able to start to find your moments where you can be empowered through your voices. You're going to find the moments where you can educate another person on the wisdom, as well as be able to educate yourself on how you need to take a moment for yourself and check in and do a self-care. And then you'll find a network where you can be able to be around women that are going to lift you up, going to feel you, and also tell you some different things that you might not have necessarily thought through or thought about. And that's that networking part. So all of it is my advice is be seen and be open.
Yes.
Because that's truly what it's about, is being seen and being open.
Wow. First of all, that is an analogy that aligns perfectly with what it is. Like, it's a baby. It's your baby.
It's a baby.
You know? It's your baby. And to be able to just be open so you can see the different lessons that you're going to be able to learn as a blessing. Because it's all about perspective, looking at it from a way, looking at failure as a definite thing. Like I failed. That's not true. You had a failure happen. You are not a failure, but you can learn from that lesson in your business and create, something better.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. That's wonderful advice. And that's good life advice too. Not just business. So tell the folks, where else can we find Yes Moms content? I know we're on the Yes Moms Facebook group, but where else can we find Yes Moms content?
So you can also find Yes Moms content on our podcast. We we launched our podcast in May on my birthday. And so we are currently on Apple, Spotify, and SoundCloud, where you can catch the Yes Moms Don't Say No podcast. You can also find content through the Yes Moms group, as well as our Instagram, where we like to post the different calendar of events, and then just videos and things of that nature as well too. So that's where you can find us right now, as well as we do have a website that is yesmoms.net, where you can also find our more extended conversations through our blog posts as well. And so that's a little bit of different places where you can find us at. And always you can just, connect with us through the Yes Moms group and just join and then go from there.
Yes. So many places you can find content, stay engaged, learn about the different events that are happening and the ones that are coming up. So definitely stay tuned in the Lions, because you already know we're building an amazing foundation so that we can grow something strong. So get involved, stay in tune, push through. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Push.
Hey, who should know about that?
I be doing my TikToks.
I was about to say, you be on it, huh? Okay.
Listen, there's some TikToks coming soon as well too.
Yes.
Our lovely in-house, soon to be in-house juice. I can't say her in-home name. Let me tell you, these nicknames, like these in-home nicknames, you don't think about it when you're naming your baby these things, but then when they go out the house and then people start saying them too, and be like, wait, that's an in-house name. You ain't supposed to use it, but you use it so much that everybody uses it. So I think that's why Jade don't never have no strangers. Everybody her friends, because they know that's Daya. Like
that's Daya.
That's Daya. That's Juicy. That's Wade. That's Tiki Bar. TJ. So
I love it.
But that's the Phelps. That's the kids. So I'm trying to not use they in-house names, but I don't know their names.
It flies out. That's what I know them by. I mean, that's what I call them every day.
And we all Geminis in the house, Geminis and Cancer. So you don't know who you're gonna get.
That's crazy.
You don't know who you're gonna get.
That's a real interesting mixture right there. Okay, Phelps family.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's good.
Well, thank you so much, Sheba, for being a guest on Midday Check-In, and for even, bringing this to light with, hey, Shan, do you want to do Midday Check-Ins? Like, I think it would be a dope idea if you went live and you just talked about self-love and, and bringing that to my attention and creating this platform and allowing me to flourish on it. Like, I appreciate you for that. And I'm just so grateful for the Yes Moms community in general, because, we're really growing something beautiful here. And I'm just grateful to be able to be a part of that process. So thank you for being a guest on the show. You're always, 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 always welcome, of course. And to wrap up, what's the rest of your day looking like? What's something that's going to be a highlight of your day today as we end up?
Well, see, I was going to go ahead and get my hair done. But I said, you know what? I need to spend some time with Bo, a.k.a. my hair's name. And I'm going to go and just take my hair down, give me a glass of wine, because I don't worry about when it's at 2:00. I don't. It's 2:00 when I say wine. Okay. So I'm going to go give me a glass of wine. I'm going to take my hair down, and then I'm going to go ahead and just love on her for a little bit, get her all together, and then from there, I'm going to pick up Judea and going to do some more stuff. But I'm really taking off because I've been working really hard with Yes Moms and like our calendar. So I know we have a meeting tomorrow. So I'm going to just take some time to get prepared here and there. But just really just taking it in, girl. Just taking it in.
Being present, absolutely. That's key.
Yeah.
What
you about to do, Shan?
Well, I'm about to make something to eat because I haven't eaten this morning. So I'm about to eat something real quick.
You about to eat something?
Yes, and then I also have some prep work for our meeting tomorrow to get ready for that. And I'm finishing up this vlog. I'm so excited to get our podcast launch vlog out because we have some great moments that I really want everyone to be able to see. So I will be working on that. I'm just going to be taking it all in as well. So we send you love. We send you peace. We send you harmony in your life and your day. We send you all of the good energy, all of the good vibes. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.